Good evening and welcome to Loggers Run Middle School in the heart of beautiful Boca Raton. I want to thank you all for being here today. I'm Principal Ed Capitano, proud principal, I should say, of Loggers Run Middle School. When asked of why I'm proud, there are so many reasons, and I'd have to say at the heart of being proud is our teachers and our students. There are people that care, see differences, see changes that need to be made, and they make sure that they come together, bring students together to make the changes that the world needs so desperately today. We're not a stranger to the news. We see all the things that are going on, all the tragedies that are going on, senseless acts that are going on. And with this, with our school, we'd like to be a beacon, a shining light of saying that today is this very special day for us, especially for Ms. Simon, who organized this and put this all together, that we are commemorating Yom HaShoah. And with that, I'd like to turn this over to Ms. Simon.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yes, the husband's in the back there. So thank you again. Thank you all for coming. I'm speechless at how many people have shown up. Okay, so sorry. I'll talk louder. There we go. So thank you so much for coming, and God is, with us here today. All day in my class, we spoke about Yom HaShoah, and we spoke about anti-Semitism and the connection between the Holocaust and anti-Semitism, what led to the Holocaust, and where we are today, and how the main purpose for taking a class like Holocaust Studies is so that we can remember to be the flip side of what the Holocaust was. To be a society, the husband again, go in the middle. The point is to be people who see each other as just people, and who want a community that is kind and loving and compassionate and respectful. And that as long as we can remember to be respectful and to embrace the beauty of a tapestry that is diversity, we will do amazing things. My students are proof of that. From what they will do today to what they have been doing for 4 years in our garden. And I am beyond grateful that we have so many Holocaust survivors here today to share in this day of remembrance with them, to bring it full circle for them, to make it completely real for them. And I would like for everyone here to acknowledge for just a moment the survivors who are here. If you could just, raise your hand or whatever so people can see. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your stories with our students every day that you do. It really makes a huge difference in what I'm able to do in the classroom. So thank you. We have Rabbi Dagani with us today, who is going to lead us in Kaddish and in lighting our candles that I'm going to bring inside so that we can commemorate the Shoah. Okay? Thank you. Rabbi Dagani. This mic works for the film mostly.
Okay.
It's not really for...
Nothing is more honorable for me, personally, to come in front of young children, young kids. How's that? And praise this amazing project that you did. Thank you will not be the right words. What it is from the bottom of everybody's heart in here. for the upstander kids, I understand, and for the choir. Is that right? Okay. And of course, for Miss Simon. When I came here, and today was the first time I saw the garden, the butterfly garden, and I was shocked, to say the least, to see the energy and the beauty of what transpired here, what transferred here from what it was years ago and what it is today. When I look at it, I realize that what I always have a question mark in my mind, will our children be able to remember and tell that to their great children as well? And when I saw today what our children did, I have a very good feeling that what is so important for all of the survivors, what's job number one for all of our survivors, is to transmit the memory of what happened and to create a garden of hope in their hearts, so that the garden of hope will be transmitted to their children and great-children as well. And so it is my honor to recite Kaddish for those who are with us spiritually, even though they are not with us physically. And it's my honor to invite them, the spirit of all the children and the adults, men, women, and children who perished in the Shoah. Today is Yom Zikaron LaShoah. Today is Memorial Day for the Shoah. The Hebrew saying is Shoah and Gvura. We always say it together. Today is Yom Zikaron to the Shoah and heroism. Because when we remember the Shoah, we remember the heroism of all who were involved. Everybody who was involved and who perished. Usually, ordinarily, it should have been, the day should have been the first night of Passover Seder, because that was the revolt of the Warsaw Ghetto, and that is the day that earmarked for the Memorial Day. However, we don't mix a Passover holiday with the Memorial Day, and so the Israeli Knesset, the Israeli parliament, decided back in the 50s that more appropriate here to move it a little bit, and it was moved to the 27th day of the month of Nisan. And once more, before I recite the Kaddish, please allow me to read the following. Sometimes when I put it in writing, it's better for me to express what I feel. This beautiful butterfly garden which we are dedicating this Holocaust Memorial Day is a powerful message of love created so wonderfully by our students. This is our answer to the horror and despair of the Holocaust. May this garden be a beacon of hope shining through the world, a hope for a world of peace and brotherly love among nations. This beautiful butterfly garden is our children's testimony to the human spirit yearning for a world free of tyranny and suffering. I pray that the very last butterfly of the ghetto will rise in this garden like a phoenix from the ashes, and will become thousands of butterflies flying around this place, flying around the world, in this beautiful symphony of hope. I pray that each and every butterfly will carry our children prayers for a world of peace for them and for many generations to come. This will be a garden of comfort to those who survived the horror and to all of us. May we all be inspired by this garden of butterfly to fight all bigotry, prejudice, and intolerance anywhere and everywhere. Amen. There are 6 Yortzeit candle memorial candles for the 6 million who perished. I don't think it's going to hold.
They're a little wet.
Kentelly always reminds me that it's okay, we have inner light, and we can light, thank you, we can light that Yortzeit candle with our inner light, thinking of them, seeing them blow up, seeing the fire coming
You, Rabbi.
out.
So now we have Miss Zelda Fuchsman, who is a gift. She's a gift. She's a gift to all our students, and that we would like for her to say a few words.
And it's going to be very few. Thank you. You know what you have accomplished here? It's not a garden for butterflies. Well, what can I do if this is...
Talk loud. Just talk.
Talk louder. What I just wanted to say is what you have accomplished here, it is a garden. And what you have accomplished here, it is not the garden that is going to leave here. It's in your hearts. What you've learned, what the dedication, what Holocaust means, is for each one of you, students especially. You're going to leave Loggers Run soon, but you're going to take with you what you have learned here, what you absorbed here, and what you are sharing with us. It is indeed a gift. And I thank you
We
all.
were going to have something on a smart board, but weather is not permitting that. So then I will read to you the poem that inspired the garden, and then we'll close it all out. Okay, so Miss Zeman?
So jetzt gehen wir, als du gehst im letzten Weg. Himmel deine Verstellung läutet. Komm im Bett noch unser ausgewenkte Show. Das Wetter beugt an unser Trotz, wir seien doof. Komm im Bett noch unser ausgewenkte Show. Das Wetter beugt an unser Trotz, wir seien doof.
From a land of palm trees to the far-off land of snow, we shall be coming with our torment, with our woe. And everywhere our blood has sunk within the earth, shall our bravery or vigor blossom forth.
So jetzt gehen wir, als du gehst im letzten Weg. Himmel deine Verstellung läutet. Komm im Bett noch unser ausgewenkte Show. Das Wetter beugt an unser Trotz, wir seien doof. Komm im Bett noch unser ausgewenkte Show. Das Wetter beugt an unser Trotz, wir seien doof.
We'll have the morning sun to set our day aglow. Our evil yesterdays shall vanish with the foe. But if the time is long before the sun appears, let this song go like a signal through the years.
So nicht einmal, als du gehst im letzten Weg. Himmel deine Verstellung läutet. Komm im Bett noch unser ausgewenkte Show. Das Wetter beugt an unser Trotz, wir seien doof. Komm im Bett noch unser ausgewenkte Show. Das Wetter beugt an unser Trotz, wir seien doof.
This song was written with our blood and not with lead. It's not a song that summer birds sing overhead. It was a people amidst burning barricades that sang this song of ours with pistols and grenades.
garden was inspired some years ago by the poem The Butterfly, written by Pavel Friedman in Theresienstadt, a concentration camp meant to look like a town. And he wrote, the very last, so richly, brightly, dazzlingly yellow, perhaps if the sun's tears would sing against a white stone. Such a yellow is carried lightly way up high. It went away, I'm sure, because it wished to kiss the world goodbye. For 7 weeks I've lived in here, penned up inside this ghetto. But I have found what I love here. The dandelions call to me, and the white chestnut branches in the court. Only I never saw another butterfly. That butterfly was the last one. Butterflies don't live in here, in the ghetto. Pavel Friedman was a teenage child of middle school age, like our students, which is why it's so strongly connected with my students some years ago, some of which are here. Aaron's in the back, Nick is in the front, and they helped build this. It wasn't just this year. So it's many years of love towards this idea. I would like for us to close with those of you who know the Hatikva to be able to sing the Hatikva for us, that as we sing it, the ashes of those we lost are risen up and join us. Okay? And we have our cantor. Yes? Yes? Our cantor, Lee Degani, will lead us in the Hatikva.
If you would all please stand. Holod baleva panima nefesh Yehudi homiya ufate Mizrach kadima ayan letzion Sophia Orovta tikvatenu Hatikva shnot apayim Liotam chofshi be'otzenu Eretz Zion Yerushalayim Liotam chofshi be'otzenu Eretz Zion Yerushalayim. You may be seated.
Thank you. So that officially concludes our ceremony. We do have a little bit to nosh on, okay? Because, we got to eat, right? So we have a little bit to nosh on in the back, some cake, some tea, and we have our garden docents who are available to give our very first garden tours to groups of 4 or 5 at a time. So please, you may take your tours and nosh, take tours. It's your decision. But thank you so very, very much for joining us on this very special day. Thank you.
taking place here at Beth congregation. We want to welcome the Loggers Run Middle School. Carolina Simon, an inspired social science educator and Holocaust Studies Program Director, is with us. We have Dawn Zeman, Music and Choir Director, and the Fine Arts Academy Girls Choir, who will touch our hearts with their rendition of a special song. So we want to welcome up to the bema the Loggers Run Middle School Choir. Let's have a large round of applause for them, ladies and gentlemen. While they're lining up, I want to just add a special thanks to all of our sponsors today, and especially to Zelda Fuchsman, Executive Vice President of Child Survivors and Hidden Children of the Holocaust, and all those who participated in making sure that this afternoon was a success, a most meaningful success. We ask you to kindly rise.
From the land of palm trees to the far-off land of snow, we shall be coming with our torment, with our woe. And everywhere our blood has sunk within the earth, shall our bravery or vigor blossom forth.
Soll nicht gehen, wohl als du gehst im letzten Bett. In den Beinen verstellt Leute. Komm im Bett noch und euch gewenkt schon. Das Wetter freut und trotz mir seinen Lob. Komm im Bett noch und euch gewenkt schon. Das Wetter freut und trotz mir seinen Lob.
We'll have the morning sun to set our day aglow. Our evil yesterdays shall vanish with the foe. But if the time is long before the sun appears, let this song go like a signal through the years.
Soll nicht gehen, wohl als du gehst im letzten Bett. In den Beinen verstellt Leute. Komm im Bett noch und euch gewenkt schon. Das Wetter beugt und trotz mir seinen Lob. Komm im Bett noch und euch gewenkt schon. Das Wetter beugt und trotz mir seinen Lob.
This song was written with our blood and not with lead. It's not a song that summer birds would sing overhead. It was a people amidst burning barricades that sang this song of ours with pistols and grenades.
Soll nicht gehen, wohl als du gehst im letzten Bett. In den Beinen verstellt Leute. Komm im Bett noch und euch gewenkt schon. Das Wetter beugt und trotz mir seinen Lob. Komm im Bett noch und euch gewenkt schon. Das Wetter beugt und trotz mir seinen Lob.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful rendition of the partisan song by Loggers Run Middle School Choir. Beautifully done, gals. We want to thank you all very much for staying with us. Safe travels home next year in Jerusalem.
No, Mike, thank you so much.